Tell the people how long you been doing stand-up comedy, and what made you get started into the business. What made you decide that you want to get paid for this and start making money out of this? And how
All
long you been
right.
doing it?
So Malcolm just asked me how long I've been doing comedy and what
Mm.
made me get started.
Right. Right.
I didn't even realize how long I've been doing comedy full time. So just say 1997. That's when I got incorporated. But
Okay.
I started in '94
Okay.
part time working out on 11th Street at some rehab, some place for like people that's getting sober and shit. I forgot what it was called. They go there, they ain't got no drinks. I know that, so everything was funny to them.
Right.
So for 3 years we worked out there,
Right.
but I got started because I was working at a law firm. I used to work at the law firm where they actually taped the movie Philadelphia, and I was working there where they taped it. So
Okay.
I worked at Meseroff, Gelman, Jaffe, Kramer, and Jameson in the Mellon Bank building, and I was the first black assistant marketing director. So the funny thing is, it was weird
Mm-hmm.
working there because it was maybe about 200 employees, but it was only like six black people, and we had like five or six
Right.
floors. And I had people quit because they didn't want to work for me, and I used to just be talking about them, and everybody's like, "Girl, you so funny, you so funny." So we used to do these retreats in the
Right.
Poconos under Unilaw, and I had to organize, and it was 10 large law firms around the U.S., and we would get together at the Poconos, and they would try to bridge the gap between like partners and associates. So they leave it up to me to start the
Right.
roast. So that's how I got started, because I would be at these Poconos retreat roasting the partners and
Wow.
the people, the paralegals, people that got on my nerve. And everybody's like, "Girl, you so funny, you so funny, you
Right.
should quit." And then I did. I was like, "They right." So I
You quit.
quit. I did. And it's funny, I quit the day after my birthday.
Wow.
And I had
Wow.
$52 in the bank because I had
Mm.
just got a roof put on my house. I was working and trying to get, but I was like, fuck this job. I'm sick of them. I'm
Yeah,
sick of these
$52.
people. I had $52 in my bank account,
Right.
Malcolm. And that's
That was
no lie. I had just got a roof put.
Right.
I quit the day after my birthday. My best friend was up here visiting. And I showed her around the office. And, we went to New York. We did all that. And I said, "Girl, when I go in on Monday, I'm
mm,
quitting. I'm getting all my shit." It was a lot going on at that law firm legally that I would have been tied up
Right.
with, that is the reason why they're not
Oh,
there to this
wow.
day.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, I need to get out of
Oh,
this.
okay.
So
You lucky you got out. You lucky you got out.
you know what? That's one thing
Right.
about me. I kind of know when to get out. I know when to get out because I don't like trouble. Because I'm telling you, I'm one of the people that will tell everything. Me and my husband argue about that all the time because he said I'm a habitual see something, say something. And I don't know if that's a snitch or not.
Right.
So are you trying to say I'm a snitch? Because he talking about I got 3 times to see something, say something. Because I sure say something. And I'm not just an anonymous call in to the police. I'll call the police and then be like, and they right there, they got on the white, I point them out, I do all that.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd be like,
I'm
you
the
got
same
that
way.
snitching. Is that snitching? Malcolm, is that snitching?
Yes, that's snitching. That is
No,
snitching.
that's not snitching. It's telling.
Okay, so wait a minute. We can have this conversation right now. Because I told him, I said, when I got robbed and I had to describe to the police what the dude looked like, right? I said, is that snitching?
Right.
He talked about no, because you was involved in the case. I said, okay, well, what about people that get shot and be sitting on the stand and they know who shot them? And they be like, no, sir, I don't know who shot me. They involved in the case. So why can't they say why is that snitching if they say who shot them?
Wow.
Well,
exactly.
it's not snitching. It's not snitching.
Right.
I can back up because I can rumble. So if somebody want to rumble, we can rumble. But I'm sure gonna say something. And if I will point you out, my husband be like, put your finger down. Why you point? I'll be like, because they getting on my damn.
You know the difference. The difference between snitching and telling is this: if you snitch, you're hiding, you're not around, and you're trying to like act like you didn't do it. But if you're telling,
get off.
Exactly. But if you're telling is you did it, I'm telling, and what you gonna do? It's a difference. Snitching is sort of like cowardly. Telling is very like.
I'm not no snitch.
Yeah, you ain't no snitch.
I will tell everybody and then point you out, and you'll know I did it. So you'll know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be like
absolutely
mask on me and ride me around in the car in the trunk. No.
Malcolm, tell me this. If she goes into her thing and comes up, because I think y'all still got her in the back because her picture's not coming up.
Why my picture ain't coming up?
You gotta go down to the bottom. Go down to the bottom where it says enter. Camera. Absolutely.
And now I don't see me.
Wait, she's off. No, she was good on my end.
Okay, go back in. Then go back in. Okay, go back in.
Everybody.
She's good over here.
Yeah,
okay, that's fine. Yeah. That's cool. No problem.
We good. Boost Mobile.
And you know what? You know the funniest thing? I was the first one to get. I was the first one to get the 11. Now Malcolm got 11, and now mine don't want to work. This is crazy.
It don't matter. It don't matter what. I had an iPhone 6 that worked better than that.
Oh my goodness! I'm about to go back down to the 6. It's all good.
It's the service.
It's the service. Well, I'm here now. Well, I'm here with the president because for some reason all these securities is on, so I can't even. That's why I couldn't hear you.
Real quick, B. All right, so you started, but people think that you're from Philly, right? Telling people where you're from because everybody in the world think you're from Philadelphia because you've been representing Philadelphia for the longest.
St. Louis, but I'm
St. Louis. Okay.
St. Louis.
I'm St. Philly. Because I was born and raised in St. Clair, Missouri, St. Louis. Right. And I've been adult and been grown here all my life in Philly.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's so funny because when I go home, everybody drives slow. They get on my nerve and they be like, oh, you so East Coast, why you driving 50? The speed limit is 35. I be like, oh. You take and that drives me crazy. So like when people come up here, they ride the car and be like, they be like, girl, you doing it? I be like, this is not St. Louis. You got to keep up with the speed limit.
Right.
And then they say I sound country, and then I say I sound city.
Yeah, you do sound country. Now you do sound country.
But when I'm home, everybody be like, you sound so St. You don't even sound like you from St. Louis anymore. I be like, they don't say that in Philadelphia. Because every time I open my mouth, people be like, where are you from?
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm from St. Louis.
She sound like she's from the country. She sound like she's from the country. And another thing,
yes.
And another thing, You one of the first women doing stand-up comedy that I seen bust out and rap better than dudes that's been rapping. Like you will
Wow.
bust out and start rapping. Like you're one of the most talented comedians in the situation. Like your rap game is crazy, right?
Wow.
Thank you,
And
Malcolm.
you dance,
Malcolm said my rap game is
and she
crazy.
dances crazy,
I'm crazy.
crazy, right?
But in a fun way. You know what? I think people lose their sensibility
Mhm.
and like innocence as you get older because you get bogged down with work, your kids, and all of that. See, that's why I said, fuck these kids. I don't have none. Don't want none. Ain't never looked at going nowhere to get none. I love kids to death. Don't get me wrong. Everybody know I'm the best auntie, but that's why. Because I don't have none. I can come home and I can just be a kid. And that's what I love. And I don't know why I don't see the rest of y'all on the screen, but I like seeing y'all. But I'm a kid. And
That's all right. That's
and
okay.
that's the thing about me. I always knew I never wanted to have children. And I never did. Because I never wanted to have none out of wedlock. And I've always been an introvert. Even though people think I'm an extrovert because I'm always on stage, I'm such an urban hermit. Like I don't have to go nowhere. I've only been out the house.
You always in the house. Always.
Thank you. Since February 26th.
Yeah.
COVID ain't affecting me because I don't go nowhere unless I gotta jump on the plane. My husband does everything. I'm always in the basement being creative. I'm either painting, writing, scrapbook. That's why I don't understand why people say they ain't enough time. They home, they can't do nothing. Clean your damn house up. I done been over people's house, clothes on the floor. I don't like stuff like that. And they know me. I'll walk in and be like, what the hell? What is going on up in here? But that's me, and people know how I am. I have not changed. I've always been the same, which could be a double-edged sword, but that's something I've learned
One
to
thing.
accept about me.
Listen,
What?
B. I know you. I don't know if you remember this, but one thing I learned from you, right? We
Mm-hmm.
did a show. I think we was in either Jersey or Delaware, right? It was me, you, and Javon Pearson, right?
There
So
you go.
I don't know if you remember this. So I'm always trusting people, so I wait to the end of the show to get my money. So I came to you. Look,
I remember
Javon,
this,
people don't
Malcolm.
know. Listen, people don't know Javon Pearson. When Javon gets drunk, right? He don't want to pay you your money. He don't even know who you is. So he's drunk, right? But I'm still trying to be nice, trying to wait for the end of the show to get my money. So I go sit down next to B. I said, yeah, B, I'm about to get on. And here go B. Well, did you get your money? I said, no, I didn't get my money. She said, well, go to that man. Okay, listen to me. I've been doing this. Go to that man and get your money. So I walks over to Javon Pearson. He's standing there with a drink in his hand. People around him, all around. So he's showing off. So I says, yo, I ain't get on yet. Could I get my money? He go, oh, so now you all Hollywood because you on all these shows. There's some Hollywood stuff you on. I said, no, I'm talking to B, and she said, go get the money. So I go back. So I
That's
go back to
snitching. That's
B.
snitching.
Hold on. So I go back
Thank
to
you.
B.
That was
That's
I go
snitch.
back
snitching.
to B,
Yeah,
and I
that's
said,
snitching.
B. I know. No, I go back to B, and I say, she said, Malcolm, if you don't get that money from him, don't ever call me again. So I go back to him again. I said, Javon, I'm about to go on, and I need my money. Oh, you some Hollywood. You changed. I left. So B go call me on the phone. She go say, where you at? He calling you on the stage right now. I'm on the expressway driving home. And ever since then, I get my money before I go on stage. Because you said if you don't get that money from that fool, do not call
Get
me
your
again.
money,
Absolutely.
Malcolm, but it's even better than that. You have to get your money before you leave the house.
Absolutely.
And you know that. You know I don't even
Yeah,
play. I always have a contract.
yeah.
Right.
And I be getting my motherfucking
Right.
money. And then I get my money when I land.
My motherfucking money.
Yeah.
Because
Got to get your money.
a nigga cannot tell me that it ain't no bank in that area. I already looked up the bank that's by the airport on the way to the hotel. Pay me my money now.
Absolutely.
And I ain't got no worries. I don't have to worry about that. If you don't have my money, Malcolm, it's been 2 times in my life where they kept talking about, we gonna have your money when you land, when I get there. We ain't got your money. we gonna give it to you at the hotel. No, you're not, because I'm getting ready to pay this 150 change fee and get back on the plane and go home. I did that.
B,
Because if you
tell
ain't
me.
got my money now, you ain't gonna have my money
True.
later.
B,
So if
quick.
you told me that now y'all gotta wait till you get to the hotel, and then I get to the hotel, they gonna be like, oh, I'm waiting on my man to come up here with your money. Oh, can you just wait till we get to the no? So I just went home. I don't play that because first of all, I already had your deposit, so I ain't worried about it. I done got free money. I ain't even have to work. I paid $150 to get on the next plane out of Minneapolis to come back to Philadelphia, and I was not mad. I don't play that. I can't fight these niggas.
Go
You're
ahead,
not
Nick.
gonna
What you say?
send nobody up to jump
That's all
on
right.
me after the show when I'm going to my hotel room, get your girlfriends try to scratch me up to get your money back that you paid me. No, sir. It's already in the bank.
Absolutely.
And when I get off the stage, they be mad because I be leaving. That's right. I'm out because I don't want nobody following me.
I know that's
I'm
right.
going to my room. I'm going to
Real
sleep.
talk.
My flight leaving 6 in the morning. I came to work. That's it. You know how I play, Malcolm. I don't play about my money.
I remember I did a show. I remember I did a show with Mike Blackston, right? And it was 2 shows, and I was hosting the show, and both shows was sold out. So I'm hosting. I did the first show, and Mike come up to me. It's time for the second show, and Mike come up to me and say, "Malcolm, don't start the show." And I was like, "What do you mean, don't start the show? It's jam packed in here, right?" So come to find out, the guy didn't have the guy's money, and I'm like, "How he ain't got the money when it's sold out? If people standing up?" Well, what happened was his girl was working the door. She was pocketing some of the money, right?
Oh wow.
And he didn't have the money to pay Mike. So he had to go to the Mac machine to get money because Mike wasn't saying, I'm not doing this until you get the money. And matter of fact, that's the first time I met you, B. We was at Champagne's. We was at Champagne's with Ed Bradley. And you know, and the first thing you said was, listen, she on stage, right? And she says, Ed, hand me my money. Now she on stage. She said, hand me the envelope. I thought she was joking. She said, no, hand me the envelope.
Because he had me performing
I'm not
in front
playing.
of that little room
On
where
stage.
you got to walk past you to get to the bathroom. And I
Yep.
said that. I said,
go to the bathroom.
Here. People coming here, going to the bathroom. I said, I'm not telling no jokes until you bring me my money. And he's like, yeah. And he walked right up on the stage. Yep. Didn't he walk on the stage and hand me my envelope?
Yes, he did.
And I said, all right, let's start.
Yes, he did. She waited till she got on stage
to bust him out.
Bring me that envelope now.
Bring me my money right now.
You strong-armed the shit out of his ass. You strong-armed him. I thought it was a skit. I said, this is a skit.
Malcolm,
this ain't real.
Look, we shouldn't have to wait around all night.
Exactly.
People to clean up, count tickets and all of that to get paid. No.
Absolutely.
You get off work, you go. They're not paying you to stay there and wait around on their ass to count the money and get it together and then come to you and tell you, let me give you a part check now and ride with me to the ATM machine. I'm going to give you a third here. Here go a piece of cash.
Absolutely.
I don't think so. So I don't go through all of that. That's why I leave after I get off the stage. If I feel like staying around, depending on what city I'm in, and hang out with people. But most time, people know to catch me before the show because you're not going to catch me after the show. I'm not, Malcolm, you know I'm not one of the people that be in the green room. I be out talking to people, socializing.
Nah. Nope.
Because when I'm done.
Nope. You gone.
Be like, where b-phlat at? They be like, b-phlat in the room.
Exactly.
I'm in the room.
B, quick question.
Yes.
Out of all the places that you performed at, what were like your top 2 that you feel like you killed it? I mean, I know you always kill everywhere you go, but
no, I don't. I don't always kill it everywhere I go.
Okay, well, you keeping it real.
Okay. I ain't never seen you.
I've seen you a lot of times, and I never seen you flop.
Shows, I can't even. I mean, I've had a lot of bad shows, especially starting out. Shit, I've had bad shows even when I've been good. But I ain't never got booed. Because I know when to get off the stage. When the nigga be like, let me get on my phone. Enjoy the show. Thank you very much. You're not finna boo me.
Yeah.
And there's people that stay on stage do that. I don't do that. No, I know when to get off. My favorite. Oh my God! You know what? I love to perform. I can't even recall like a favorite place because I love everywhere that I perform. Just about.
Okay,
Right.
so what
But
would be
I
your
can tell you like some of my favorite shows that I
Mhm.
love. Like when I
Okay,
taped and they were there. I loved when I taped Def Jam,
okay.
and I loved when I
Mm.
taped
That was a
Stars
mean
First
You
set.
killed it.
Amendment.
You killed Def Jam. You killed it.
It wasn't even that I killed it. You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you, production of a show can set you up so that you can kill
Mhm.
it. They can put you in the mindset if things are in order where you can just go in and just sit down,
Yep.
relax, focus on what you know. They got things on point, on time. Your roll call, your dress rehearsal, your makeup or whatever, and it's rolling. And then they just say you want to just chill out.
Mhm.
What do you need? And they don't bother you. That situation to me sets people up. And then
Mm.
there are sets where it's chaotic and you don't know when you're going on. Then they be coming up and talking about, well, you were supposed to do 10 minutes. Now I got to cut you down to 3. It be
Mm.
shit like that. And you be like, oh,
Right.
you have in your mind that you're going to do this thing. Then they come and say, we cutting you down to 5. Oh, now we got to cut you down. Do your tightest 3.
Right.
And then you be like, oh, what the hell I'm going to do? So it just depends. Certain shows, I'm going to tell you, Def
He
Jam
said,
was
"Oh
one
hell,
that
what
was
the hell I
tight
do?"
as hell. It was really nice. And I'm not into like
Mm.
flashy stuff. I'm not a flashy person. I'm not
Mm.
flamboyant. But we had our own trailer. And
What?
I was like, damn,
What?
why we need a trailer? I was like, well, I don't really need, but it was nice. I didn't complain or anything. And they had Gucci keychains for everybody. It was just really nice. It was quiet. It
Mm.
wasn't chaotic. People running around. Everybody, they knocked on your door. They would come and get you. It was just nice. HBO, obviously. But
Right.
I
Mhm.
really enjoyed doing Def Jam. So they made me feel comfortable. And even when they came to get me, they were like, are you relaxed? They were like, you ready? They were like really pumping you up where I've had people come and grab me like, girl, you next. You were supposed to be third, but now we need you to go on. And you
Right.
just have to
Right.
go with the flow. So I have to say, as stars, when
Right.
I did that, and when I take Martin Lawrence, it was just like that. It flowed well. I like a set. Those were my favorites.
That's
Wow.
pretty.
Yeah. Although I
That's
have to say, I love my Comedy Central set. It was it to me. It was a great set. I'm no diss to Comedy Central because I got 1.8 million views on my Comedy Central show. But
wow.
I love Comedy Central.
Nice.
It's just that I felt weird telling that story. So I was in my head because it's a true story about my mom. And of course they were on point. But
Mhm. Wow.
Right.
everybody says that's my best show. Once they see it, and I guess that's why 1.8 million people watched it. But to me, it was so hard because it's a story about a fight I had with my mama, which is very true.
Mhm.
And it took a lot out of me to tell that story. So,
Wow.
but
Wow.
I didn't have
Mm.
a lot of fun telling that story
Wow.
because I mean, even though it looked like it, you know what I'm saying? But I had fun on Def
Yeah.
Jam. I
Yeah.
had so much fun. Those were my best to me. And
And, and what I, and what I learned from
First
you,
Amendment.
watching you, because I study everybody. I study what I learned from you. I study everybody, and what I learned from you is when you on stage to always smile and always have fun. I've never seen you
Wow.
like a lot of people on stage and they don't look like they're having fun. So I watched your style and I said, she's always happy and always looking like you having fun.
Well, you know what, Malcolm? I love what I do. I am always happy on stage, but I be a nervous wreck. And to this day, people still don't believe. They be like, girl, how you be nervous after all of these? I'm always a nervous wreck because every audience is different. And you can't
Wow.
just go out.
Every
I
artist is
never in
different,
my
yeah.
mind could formulate how people can have a set. I never had a set. First, I smoked too much weed to be trying to remember shit in order.
Well,
So I
amen.
kind of look when I walk into a room. I kind of look around and see who in there, and then I'm like, oh, okay, now I know what I'm gonna do. Because if I try to do a set, it may not fit for every audience.
Right.
Right.
So
Right.
that's why and it's so funny because when I walk in, people be like, girl, I brought my mama here to see you do that joke. Are you gonna do that? I was like, I did that yesterday. I'm not gonna do that same. She's like, no, you got to do that because I brought my mom here for you. So it's amazing how people request for me to do certain jokes because they know that
Right.
I'm gonna do so. Even when I do a 5 nights at a comedy club, I never do the same set.
Mhm.
I just can do it. Bores me. It bores me to hear me do the same
Yeah.
stuff, oh, like redundant. I don't like that. That's why it's called comedy. It's improv. You just kind of let it flow.
Right.
But you know me, Malcolm. I know how to reel it
Mm.
in and bring it together. But I can't just have a set.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
tried. That's not
Yeah.
my style.
Well, me
You
personally,
know me. I got like 5
me
hours of
personally,
material.
I like. Yeah, you do. You got a lot of material because it's always something different. But me personally, I like ghetto rooms. To me, I'm never nervous in a ghetto room. I love when people talking and people. I feel more comfortable because that's what I'm used to. I was used to doing like champagnes. We
Yeah.
performing in front of the bathroom door and people
I
walking
can't.
right past you like you ain't doing nothing. And
I can't say that I have a favorite type of crowd because I'm like, you know what my
yeah,
best crowd is, and it's crazy being 51 years old, are college crowds.
Wow.
And it's funny that I still get,
college
I've
crowd.
turned them down. I still get people like, we won't, because now everybody calling me Aunt Bev because of the stuff that I do at the colleges. And then, I'm a Delta, shout out to my sorors, and being
Okay.
Greek and having gone to
Right.
college and just see. And then, me, I know all of, I only listen to ghetto shit like Roddy Ricch and Cash Dow and Megan Thee
Yeah.
Stallion.
Yeah.
Whereas my husband is
Yeah.
a Smokey
Yeah.
Robinson.
You be listening to the
You
regular
know me,
stuff.
I'm listening
Mm.
to the baby and all that. I love because I love music and I'm a trumpet player. So I can relate to real music. I can relate to tracks and I listen to music. I don't always have to know the thump, but if it's a nice flow and they got a tight beat and it's like, oh, I can listen to it and be like, oh, that's gonna be a hit. And that's probably why all the college kids be like, oh, we
Uh,
ain't know you knew that song. So when I flip stuff and and I'm doing it, they be like, girl, you remind me of my auntie that be coming to the real and let us smoke. And I'm like, that's me. You got a joint? Meet me out by the van.
all right. We need some ratings. Hold on, B. I need some ratings, baby. I need some ratings.
You
Listen,
need some
name your
ratings.
top 5 comedians. Yes, we got to
To
get this thing
me,
on the next
my
level.
top 5
I need to
comedians,
hear your top 5.
Absolutely.
does it
Top
have to be
5.
dead or
Top five.
alive or what? Doesn't matter.
Whatever your top 5 is.
Dead or
My
alive?
top 5, okay, my top 5 comedians are Red Fox,
Red Fox.
Tony Roberts,
That's
Chris
Oh
good.
wow.
Rock,
Who?
huh?
Chris Rock.
Red Fox, Chris Rock,
Yeah.
Mm.
Tony
Tony
Roberts.
Roberts, Dion Cole.
Oh wow.
I know I love Dion because he's crazy. I love intelligent people that are schizophrenic like me and just be
He's
all
nice.
over the
He's
place,
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's
I
intelligent. He's smart.
love
He's a smart guy. Definitely smart.
Janet Dollar.
You love who?
Mm.
Janet Dollar in Atlanta.
Okay. Mm.
Okay. Okay.
Country, but I
Okay.
love her motherfucking style. I don't know if you ever seen her. I love her style. She always makes me laugh because you know why? She's like me. She go on stage and she kind of slow. She don't just necessarily do a set. And I just love her style. I like her point of view. She don't go on stage and male bash. I don't do that. We don't do that type of comedy. We
Right.
talk about life and like real shit that she be
Mm.
going, and it just be funny. I love her, and it's so funny because I've seen her come up, and she has really become one of my favorites. And I have to say, she bad. She bad.
Now,
I give people credit where
what's
credit is due.
some advice? What's some advice that you can give? For some comedians that's trying to do it. I know one thing: get your money up front. I learned that from you. But what's some advice that you can give some comedians that's trying to get into this business and trying to do their thing? You know what I mean? Because we went to, I've never seen you at no open mic night. When I met you, you was headlining shows. So I've never seen you at no open mic night. So I don't know how you came up in here, like the way you
Well,
did.
you
I
know
don't know what
what?
you did.
Because
I was
I
at open mic night.
personally
I was at open
never
mic night. I've never
believe,
seen you there.
and you know
Never.
why I never do open mic night? Because I have a basement. And
Never.
if the shit ain't funny to me, then it
Oh,
ain't funny to nobody.
okay.
And
Okay.
that's how I feel. And that's why
Oh,
I work it out. And that's why people never know. I don't have to go to open mic like, oh, let me open up my book and work this joke. I just go on stage and tell shit and do it. And you never heard it. You don't know if it's new or not,
Right.
or old, or if I'm working it out. So I do open mic night in my basement right here, just like this. You see this?
Oh. Oh wow. Oh, that's your secret. I was going to ask what your secret.
Basement.
That's your secret.
I play my trumpet. But see, you know what, Malcolm? Everybody doesn't have the liberty to be as creative as I can. Because first of all, you know, it's just me and my husband. Thank God he's a creative person and he likes to paint. Yep. And see, he's not a jealous type of man. I could work on my craft.
No, he ain't jealous of you at all.
And he don't even bother me. He'll be right here and he'll be like, do you need
he's not jealous.
Can I cook? Because he's like, all I want you to do is be great. And however you feel, be your greatest. Or he don't be like, oh, when you coming out the basement? When you coming upstairs? When you gonna cook? I'd be like, what you gonna put on the
wow, that's what I would be saying to you.
Or I would be saying, that's the kind of people we are. Like, I might throw something in. I'm like, I'm working on the basement or I'm working on this project. He knows how I get engulfed and he'll come down and help. Or he'll just leave me alone. And that's how I am. That's why he got the second floor.
He a better man than me. Well, I'll be saying, come out that basement. Come out that damn basement. I know that's for sure.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
You gonna come out that damn basement.
Person, but it's hard to be married to a creative person. If you're not a creative person, then you don't understand that. That's why you see people getting divorced. Because they ain't got shit going on in their life. They like a housewife. Sitting around trying to get the kids together, and the husband is trying to do something great, or it could be the vice versa, but they don't understand. They be like, when you gonna make money at that shit? You've been doing that shit for years. You have to have somebody that believes in
when you gonna make money at that shit.
I'm serious. You gotta have somebody that believes in what you're doing. And at the same time, they got other stuff going on in their life that they're working on. You see what I'm saying? That they may want to do and that you're supporting. So that's, to me, I mean, I have a lot of friends like that. They nag their husbands in terms of what they're doing or what they're kind of, because they ain't got shit to do. I'd be like, y'all need some shit to do. What about tapping into what you used to do? You used to do hair, you know how to do that. Do some shit. Find something to do. He'd be playing basketball. Well, go work out. You go do something.
Yep.
He be with his boy. I can't stand hearing that.
Most people that's in the entertainment field.
Huh?
Most people that's in the entertainment field always break up like in a relationship. Most of the people that I knew that started out doing comedy, you one of the ones that's still with that person when I first met you years ago. But everybody else that I know, just about, except for a couple people, is with totally different people. Doing what we do, I never see too many people stay together.
Because Malcolm, it takes practice. You got to practice first. I had like 956 practices.
Right.
So once you figure
956 practices.
Once you figure out, you get all of that out your system, right? See, that's the thing with people. It's hard. I know me. I never could. When I was in a relationship, I would be in a relationship. If we would break up, I would be mad because I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I've been engaged 5 times. And I knew I was not going to get married because
you was engaged 5 times.
5 times.
Wow.
And I knew I was
engaged 5 times?
5 times, Malcolm.
Was everybody from Philly?
No, all over, wherever.
Okay.
So the thing is, I knew that they weren't the person that I was going to marry, and they felt like the ring on my finger would make me change my mind. But you're not supportive of my career.
Right.
It's signs. I'm one of the people, I don't have to, nobody ain't got to tell me about my man. I can pick up on telltale signs about anything. You ain't got to tell me nothing, especially about how you feel about my career or about me. If you say little shit to me like, why he got to call here at 10 o'clock at night? Because they in LA and it's 7 o'clock there. To me, that's a trigger right there. I'd be like, he think he gonna be trying to clock who call here try to run my bit. It ain't going down. So you have to know the right person. At the same time, you got to know when you're ready. I knew when I was ready. When I was 40, I wasn't ready before then. I was all over the world. And I had niggas everywhere and a couple Indians and whoever else all over.
She said I had niggas everywhere.
She said niggas
Yes,
everywhere.
in
Indians.
St. Martin. I was doing my thing because
I had
that's
niggas
what I
everywhere.
wanted to do. But when I was ready to claim my husband, I
5
claimed
times.
celibacy. Yes. Malcolm, I'm 51 years old.
Wow.
Thank you. And I got engaged
Celibacy.
when I was like
I hate that word.
19.
I hate that word.
Somebody asked me to marry him because they didn't want me to leave and come to Philadelphia. Look where I'm at.
Congratulations.
Car up to Philadelphia. You know, that's a funny story, Malcolm, because my ex-fiance, he did that. And my daddy had to follow behind me and my best friend when I drove to Philadelphia.
Wow.
All the way to Indianapolis because another nigga was following me because he didn't want me to come to Philadelphia. And that's why my daddy gave me a gun. He said,
damn.
At the gas station in Indianapolis, he said, and when you get to Philadelphia, just throw this in the river somewhere. I was like, I'm going to do what I got to do. And then the dude stopped following me.
No.
He turned around because he knew my dad was riding behind me. And he stopped in Indianapolis. And he said, I'm going to give you this gun. And I said, I hope I don't have to use it, but thank you. Yeah. And that's why I'm in Philadelphia.
Well, look.
I'm going to go to graduate school. I wasn't thinking about that nigga. I was like, never to graduate. I graduated.
Oh, so that's why you in Philadelphia.
I knew I was going to break up with him when he went to school, college, 3 years before me. And he still didn't graduate after I graduated in 87. I was like, oh, he ain't trying to do that. He ain't trying to do that.
He was staying up there waiting for you.
Well, what he doing?
He was staying up there waiting for you.
I'm trying to leave. So I knew I was coming to graduate school at Drexel.
Well, look.
I stay in St. Louis. So that was one ring down.
One ring down. 4 to go.
Like one ring down. I don't know what these women be looking for. They got to look for the telltale sign. Everybody ain't for you. And it's okay to practice. And if it take 100 practices, 2 practices, 370,
100 practices,
56 like me in counting, I'm just saying.
True.
You got what you got to do to get to the right person. I told
Absolutely.
you, I claim selflessly.
You're right. You definitely got.
Like, the Lord gonna send me somebody.
Yep,
I'm tired of fucking. I'm tired. I just gave up. And then
she said, "I'm tired of fucking." What you say?
Yeah.
You said, "I'm tired of fucking."
No, she didn't say that.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Person. I need a man that don't snore.
Right.
Number one. I need somebody that is not jealous.
Damn.
At all. Good. And don't be asking me. And I need somebody don't be telling me what to do. I can't have nobody telling me what to do.
Right.
Okay. Right. And God sent me the perfect person, and we're
celebrating
a 10-year anniversary in September.
Hey.
Congratulations, Ben.
Yeah, we've been together 11 years.
Well, look.
Going on 12 years. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Well, that's what's up. Look, B, we ain't gonna hold you all night. Last thing, tell the people, you know, how they can contact you and stuff like that. But this pandemic thing is killing us. But, you know.
People can't contact me. People
I know. You the hardest. I know.
You know what it is?
I know. You the hardest.
I do it for the love. I do it not for the like. So the one thing about me, I post stuff like after I'm doing stuff. I cannot be on social media every day. I got shit to do. You be trying to post and post and post. I'm one of them. I bust out with everything that I'm doing. So right now I'm working on a major project, which is a part of my career because you got, you know, I'm revamping my whole basement because I've turned down a few self-home tape because my basement don't look like my house. It does now. I'm working on it. But I started in May and I thought it was only going to take me 3 weeks. But it's taking me up until now because I am revamping. I'm doing it on a dime, Malcolm. You know me. I'm not spending no money on nothing if I don't have to. Exactly. And I have revamped my whole
You definitely, listen.
And it's looking so fly.
You definitely do it for the love. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. You do stand-up comedy. You're one of the only people I know, real rap, I'm going to tell you this, that do it for the love because you will do a show for less money than a show for a whole lot of money. And I've seen you do that a many times. I know when people trying to get you for all this money and you'll say, nah, I'm not doing that. And you'll do a show for cheaper and take nothing of it. So you definitely do it for the love.
Because you know what? You can't always do show. Everything ain't always about the money. a lot of times people, I look at how people have treated me in my career and been good to me. And if they be like, B, can you please come through? I'm just launching this. I need you to come through as a face. I'll do it. And they be like, oh, only got $300.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma said it's more money than you had. So that's how I look at it. I don't care if it's $300 or $3,000. It's more money than I had.
Right.
So I don't always, I weigh stuff on.
Yeah, you definitely don't do it for the money.
And
you don't do it for the money.
So if somebody contracted me for a show and it only paid $700, and somebody called me like, I got a show for you and it's for $2,500 and you need to cancel. I can't do that because I already got a contract. You see what I'm saying? You have to call somebody else. I don't look at it like, because those people that came to see me, they don't know why I did not show up to the show. The promoter not gonna go out there and be like, oh, b-phlat had to cancel the show because she got paid more money to do the show. Even though people may see it, I try not to do that because it's about integrity. Because you just never know who you might need down the long run. Right. And I might have to go back to that promoter. I don't want nobody coming back to me and be like, oh, no, bitch, you can't do my show because then last time you pulled out on me. I don't have that problem, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Because everything is
about
integrity.
It's true.
And I try to do the best I can.
Definitely, listen, B, it's definitely a blessing having you on here because you hard to catch because you are booked. You one of the most booked comedians I've ever seen in my life. You got more dates that's closed than you got that's open. You know, when you some comedians you can call them and say, yes, you stay working.
I'm happy to be home. I ain't even mad about COVID. I'm not, Malcolm, because it's giving me an opportunity to really focus
you need a rest because you was
the
working.
New change. Because people don't realize what we're doing now is like the new normal. Right. So I'm revamping my basement, making everything look photogenic, green screen, because I have to do more than just this. I have to do stuff with my management. So I'm making the transition. So I just feel like this is giving me an opportunity to do that. I'm doing it on my own. I'm loving it. I'm just recycling. You name it, I'm recycling it, Malcolm. Some beads fell off Dennis' bracelet.
Well, listen.
I was like, give me them bracelets. Give me them beads. I need that for my project.
well, B, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this real quick. I commend you for not putting yourself in the top 5, but female, male, whatever, you in my top 5. And Malcolm knows that.
Thank you.
Yes,
absolutely. In my top 5.
Definitely.
You know, you're very modest.
I'm not narcissistic. I do have people that I totally admire and love to look at on stage, no matter how they tell the joke over and over again. I just always seem to it's their style and just their thought process. I look at a comedian's thought process because a lot of comedians are dumb and they are really intelligent. Most comedians are not the class clown. I definitely was not a class clown. I've always been sarcastic and smart alecky and just really smart. But most comedians transform that and are really smart. Most people aren't a class clown. Most comedians have college degrees.
You are
done different things in life.
You're definitely very, very smart. You're like the female Dave Chappelle. You're very, very smart, very, very clever. You're not telling jokes from other people. A lot of comedians tell jokes from other people's jokes. Absolutely. Your stuff is original stuff that I've never heard before. So just like Dave Chappelle, I can watch him all day. I can watch you all day because it's all original material, not material that you've heard somebody say that topic before and they done changed it over to this topic, to their own thing. Your stuff is original. And look, we ain't gonna keep you on here. And it's a blessing to have you be. And I can't wait for us to get back to the old situation so we can get this thing going like we was doing. And thank you very much for finally coming on through.
I'm glad I ain't have no crazy hot flash.
Yes. So far, we got the best.
Thank you. Nice talking to you, Street.
Yes.
Thank you.
I appreciate you guys. And
appreciate you.
I appreciate it. I had a great time. I keep waving at people on Facebook, but obviously people are watching it, Malcolm, and they gonna watch you and figure out how to get on your show. Good. Once you figure out which Malcolm Hill you want them to log on.
Absolutely.
I gotta figure out how we.
and stay humble.
With your
because
3
you,
Malcolm Hill Facebook ads,
yeah,
taking up
Right,
space
right.
ads, pages.
yeah.
I gotta delete some of them. I gotta
Stay
delete some of them.
stay humble, B, and we
Thank
appreciate you
you, Nate. I am
sincerely.
always humble.
Yep.
All right
Definitely.
All
now.
right, babe.
Be blessed. Thank
All right.
you. Thank you.
Okay, appreciate
Peace.
you.
All right.
All right, I don't even know how to turn this shit off. Let's see. Stop.
She don't even know how to turn it off. All right, we good.
It's
Look,
all
man,
good.
this is the hilarious show. I want to thank everybody, man, our guests, Lady Shine, NA, Street Poet, everybody, the engineer, you know what I'm saying?
Ryan G's.
Ryan G, my man Ryan G. Yo, shout out to Ryan G's, man. The man is very dedicated and gets this thing popping, man. He's the one that does the sounds for this thing, man. This
He
is the
about to
hilarious
cuss me
show.
out. He gonna cuss me out in 2 minutes.
Yeah, this the hilarious show. Make sure you log on every Thursday at 7 o'clock. The hilarious show. We're gonna bring some of the best comedians in the world onto the show, man. We had a great show. Shout out to all the sponsors that we got going on, right? So
Yes,
we will
sir.
see y'all next week. All right, peace.
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 That's the best one we ever did. No, it's the best one we ever did. But it's our fault. It's my fault for leaving the stuff. No, it's my stuff for leaving the stuff. But the reality of it is, dude, keep it a bean. You're not helping me right now. Like no, I'm not being funny, but what you mean I ain't? That's what I'm gonna say to you. I'm gonna sit here and talk to you. What I'm saying to you is, me and you're supposed to have this. I don't bother you because you don't want to do it at all. So I'm trying to take the initiative to say X, Y, Z. But normally, when we get the stuff and do the stuff, you're with me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know you had something to do Wednesday, but Monday and Tuesday, it was like Sunday, Monday. Every Sunday for the last 3 weeks, me and you were supposed to get together and we'll say we'll get together. If I don't call you, I know you ain't gonna call me. But I talked to you. So I know you really want to do it. No, you really don't. No, you really don't want to do it, bro. And it's but you gotta stop worrying about what they doing. Don't worry about that. I have a bigger plan. The same thing I do with bass. You get too technical and personal with this stuff.
Because don't tell me that we're gonna brand something that don't brand.
We're gonna bring that's